The sun was setting on Colony X9. The sky turned orange and red. It was a normal day. People were going home after work. Kids were playing in the streets. No one knew their lives would change forever. Lily, a small girl with curly hair, was playing with her dog, Max. She threw a ball, and Max ran after it. Lily laughed. Her laugh was the last happy sound on X9 that day. Suddenly, the ground shook. A loud noise filled the air. People looked up. They saw big dark ships in the sky. These weren't human ships. They were alien. "Mommy, Daddy," Lily shouted. She was scared. Max barked at the sky. Lily's parents ran out of their house. They looked worried. "Get inside now." Lily's dad yelled. He picked up Lily. Her mom grabbed Max. They ran inside their house. Outside, chaos began. The alien ships fired strange beams. Buildings started to melt. Trees caught fire. People screamed and ran. Inside their house, Lily's family hid in the basement. They could hear the noise outside. Boom. Crash. Zap. The house shook. "What's happening?" Lily asked. She was crying. "It's going to be okay," her mom said. But she didn't look sure. Lily's dad turned on a small device. It was an emergency communicator. He sent a message to Earth. "This is Colony X9. We are under attack. Unknown aliens. Send help." The device beeped. No answer came back. The family waited in fear. Hours passed. The noise outside got quieter. Lily's dad decided to look outside. "Stay here," he told his family. He went up the stairs. Minutes passed. Lily and her mom waited. Max whined. Then they heard a scream. It was Lily's dad, John. Lily's mom shouted. She looked at Lily. "Stay here with Max. Don't move." Lily's mom ran upstairs. Lily hugged Max tight. She was very scared now. More time passed. Lily heard strange noises upstairs. They weren't human noises. Then silence. Lily knew something was very wrong. She remembered her dad's communicator. With shaky hands, she turned it on. "Hello? Is anyone there? Please help us," Lily said into the device. The device crackled. A voice answered. "This is Earth Command." "Who is this?" "I'm Lily from X9. Bad aliens are here. My parents are gone. I'm scared." "Lily, listen carefully. Can you see the aliens?" Just then, Lily heard heavy footsteps. They were coming down to the basement. "They're coming." Lily whispered, "Please help." The basement door opened. Lily saw a tall, scary figure. It wasn't human. The alien looked at her with cold eyes. Lily screamed. Max barked and jumped at the alien. But the alien was too strong. It pushed Max away. With her last bit of courage, Lily spoke into the communicator. "Earth, the aliens are here. They hurt everyone. Please save us. Don't let them hurt anyone else." The alien reached for Lily. The communicator fell and broke. On Earth, people heard Lily's last message. It was sent to every TV and radio. Millions of humans heard a brave little girl's final words. The world changed that day. Humans realized they weren't alone in space, and they weren't safe. Lily's message woke up the whole human race. In the years to come, people would remember this day. They would remember Lily. Her courage would inspire humanity to fight back. The aliens thought they were strong, but they didn't know how strong humans could be when they were angry and united. The day everything changed was just the beginning. Humanity's greatest challenge was about to start. Earth fights back. The big room was quiet. World leaders sat around a table. Their faces were sad and angry. On a big screen, Lily's last message played again. "We can't let this happen again," said the U.S. president. She hit the table with her fist. "But what can we do?" asked the Chinese leader. "Our best ships are no match for the aliens." An old man stood up. He had white hair and a sharp look in his eyes. It was Dr. James Carter, Earth's top scientist. "There is a way," Dr. Carter said. Everyone looked at him. "We have a secret weapon." The room buzzed with whispers. The Indian Prime Minister spoke up. "What secret weapon?" Dr. Carter pressed a button. A 3D image appeared over the table. It showed huge spaceships, unlike anything they had seen before. "These are the Titans," Dr. Carter explained. "Built 200 years ago in secret. They were too powerful, so we hid them." "Why didn't we know about this?" the Russian president demanded. "Only a few people knew," Dr. Carter said. "We feared they might be misused. But now, we need them." The leaders talked in hushed tones. The Japanese Prime Minister stood up. "Where are these ships now?" Dr. Carter smiled. "Hidden on Mars, in a base deep under the surface." The U.S. President stood up. "How fast can we get them ready?" "It will take time," Dr. Carter said. "The ships are old. We need to wake them up, update them." "Then we better start now," the Chinese leader said. Others nodded. The U.S. President looked around the room. "We are at war, people, and war we didn't start, but one we must finish. For Lily, for Colony X9, for Earth." "But who will fly these ships?" the Brazilian president asked. "We don't have pilots trained for this." Dr. Carter's eyes sparkled. "I have an idea about that too. We find the best young pilots, the ones who think differently, who can adapt fast." The room was quiet again. Then, one by one, the leaders stood up. They all agreed Earth would fight back. "Let's call it Operation Titan," the U.S. president said. "And let's hope it's not too late." As the meeting ended, a young aide ran in. She looked scared. "Mr. President, we just lost contact with 3 more colonies." The room grew tense. The alien attack was spreading. They had to act fast. "Send the call," the U.S. president ordered. "I want the best pilots from every country. Tell them Earth needs them." As the leaders left, Dr. Carter stayed behind. He looked at the 3D image of the Titan ships. "Wake up, old friends," he whispered. "It's time to protect Earth again." Outside, the news spread fast. Earth was preparing for war. In every country, young pilots got the call. They didn't know what they were signing up for. But they knew Earth needed them. In schools, in homes, in every place. People talked about the aliens. They were scared, but they were also angry. Lily's message played everywhere. Her brave words became Earth's battle cry. The next few weeks would be crucial. Could they get the Titan ships ready in time? Would the young pilots be good enough? And most importantly, could Earth really fight back against an enemy they barely understood? As night fell, millions looked up at the stars. The sky didn't look the same anymore. Somewhere out there, the aliens were coming. But this time, Earth would be ready. The fight for humanity's future was about to begin. Waking the sleeping giants. The red dust of Mars swirled around the spaceship as it landed. Out stepped a team of Earth's best engineers and scientists. They wore special suits to breathe on Mars. "It's so quiet here," said Maria, the team leader. She looked around at the empty red landscape. "The base entrance should be right." "Here," said Alex, checking a device in his hand. He pointed at what looked like a normal rock. Tom, the oldest member of the team, stepped forward. He pressed his hand on the rock. Nothing happened. "Are you sure this is it?" Sarah asked, sounding worried. Suddenly, the ground started to shake. The rock split in two, revealing a dark tunnel. "Ladies and gentlemen," Tom said with a smile, "welcome to humanity's biggest secret." They walked into the tunnel. Lights came on automatically as they moved. After what seemed like hours of walking, they reached a huge metal door. "This is it," Tom said. He typed a code into a panel. The door slowly opened with a loud creaking sound. As they stepped inside, lights flickered on. What they saw made them gasp. Huge spaceships, bigger than anything they had ever seen, stood before them. They were covered in dust, but still looked powerful. "The Titans," Maria whispered in awe. "They're real." "And now we need to wake them up," Tom said. The team got to work. They split into groups, each taking a different ship. Days passed as they cleaned, checked systems, and started to power up the old machines. But it wasn't easy. Many things were broken. Some parts were so old they turned to dust when touched. "This is hopeless," Alex said after a week. "These ships are too old. They'll never fly again." Just then, Sarah called out excitedly, "I found something." Everyone rushed to her. She had opened a hidden panel in one of the ships. Inside was a glowing blue crystal. "What is it?" Maria asked. Tom's eyes widened. "It's the heart of the ship, a power source we've never seen before." As Sarah carefully took out the crystal, the whole ship started to hum. Lights began to flicker on. "It's waking up," Alex said in disbelief. Over the next few days, they found similar crystals in all the ships. One by one, the Titans came to life. But they weren't ready yet. The team worked day and night, updating old systems with new technology. "We're mixing 200-year-old tech with our latest innovations," Maria explained during a call to Earth. "It's like teaching an old dog new tricks, but the old dog is a giant spaceship." Weeks passed. The team was tired, but excited. Finally, the day came to test the first ship. They all stood in the control room. Tom sat in the captain's chair. "Here goes nothing," he said, and pressed the start button. The ship roared to life. The whole base shook. On the screens, they could see the mountain above them opening up. Slowly, the massive ship rose. For the first time in 200 years, a Titan flew. "We did it," Sarah shouted. Everyone cheered. But their celebration was cut short. An alarm started blaring. "What's happening?" Alex asked, looking at the screens. Maria's face went pale. "The aliens. They've entered our solar system." The room went quiet. They had woken the Titans, but was it in time? Tom stood up, his face determined. "Send a message to Earth. Tell them the Titans are awake. And tell them to send those young pilots. It's time to fight back." As the message was sent, they looked at the other ships, still in the base. There was more work to do. The fate of Earth depended on these sleeping giants. And now, the real race against time had begun. Learning old tricks. The room was filled with young faces. They were the best pilots from around the world. Some looked excited, others nervous. All wondered why they were here. An older man walked in. It was Tom, back from Mars. The room went quiet. "Welcome to Operation Titan," Tom said. "You're here to save Earth." He pressed a button. A big screen showed the Titan ships. Gasps filled the room. "These are your new rides," Tom said with a smile. "But first, you need to learn how to fly them." A young pilot raised her hand. "Sir, those look nothing like our normal ships." "That's because they're not normal," Tom replied. "They're 200 years old and more powerful than anything you've ever flown." The training began. It was hard. The Titan ships were different from anything the pilots knew. "It's like trying to drive a car with your feet," complained Jack, a pilot from Australia. "More like trying to ride a dinosaur," laughed Mai, from China. But they didn't give up. Day and night, they trained in simulators. They learned about the crystal power source, the old but new weapons, and the strange controls. Weeks passed. The pilots got better, but it wasn't enough. One day, during a simulated battle, all the pilots died within minutes. "This isn't working," said Raj, a pilot from India. "We'll never be ready in time." Just then, an alarm sounded. Everyone ran to the main room. On the big screen, they saw a horrible sight. Another human colony was under attack. "That's Colony X-12, someone said. "It's not far from where Lily lived." The room went quiet. Everyone remembered Lily's last message. Tom looked at the pilots. "You're not ready, but we're out of time. We need to go now." Fear filled the room. The pilots knew they weren't prepared. Then a voice spoke up. It was Elena, a quiet pilot from Russia. "We can't think like modern pilots," she said. "These ships are old. We need to think like old pilots." "What do you mean?" asked Tom. Elena walked to the simulator. "These ships don't just respond to controls. They respond to feelings, to instinct." She started the simulation. Instead of using the complex controls, Elena closed her eyes. She moved her hands gently, like she was feeling the air. To everyone's surprise, the simulated ship moved perfectly. Elena destroyed all the enemy ships without being hit once. "How did you do that?" Jack asked in awe. Elena smiled. "I stopped trying to control the ship. I let it become part of me." Tom looked amazed. Of course, the crystals don't just power the ships. They connect with the pilots. A new energy filled the room. The pilots rushed back to their simulators, trying Elena's method. Soon, the room was filled with shouts of joy. Ships that once crashed now flew smoothly. Weapons that missed now hit their targets. Tom watched with pride. "You've done it," he said. "You've learned the old tricks. You're ready." Just then, Maria rushed in. "Tom, we've got a problem. The aliens are heading towards Earth. They'll be here in 48 hours. The room went quiet again. Tom looked at the pilots. "It's time. You've learned in weeks what took years 200 years ago. Now you'll use those skills to save humanity." The pilots stood tall. They were scared, but also ready. "For Lily," Mai said softly. "For Earth," added Jack. As they walked towards the real Titan ships, Elena whispered, "For all of us." The greatest battle in Earth's history was about to begin. The young pilots, with their old ships and new skills, were humanity's last hope. The first strike. The Titan ships flew through space. Inside, the young pilots were nervous but ready. Earth grew smaller behind them. "Remember your training." Tom's voice came through the comms. "Trust your instincts and your ships." Suddenly, alarms blared. "Alien ships detected," shouted Raj. On their screens, they saw the alien fleet. It was huge, with hundreds of ships. "There's so many," whispered Mai, her voice shaking. "We can do this," Elena said firmly. "For Lily." "For Lily," everyone repeated. Jack's voice came through, excited. "Look, they're laughing at us." It was true. The alien ships were sending messages. They were making fun of the old Titan ships. "They think we're easy targets," said Elena. "Let's prove them wrong." The alien ships attacked first. They fired strange, purple beams. "Dodge," yelled Tom. The young pilots moved their ships. They didn't use buttons or levers. Instead, they felt the ships, just like Elena had taught them. The Titans moved smoothly, dodging every shot. "Our turn," said Jack with a grin. The Titans fired back. Their weapons were old but powerful. The first alien ship exploded in a bright flash. For a moment, everything was quiet. Then chaos broke out. The aliens attacked furiously, but the Titans were ready. They moved like dancers in space, dodging and firing. "Yahoo!" shouted Raj as he destroyed 3 alien ships at once. Mi's ship got hit. Alarms rang inside her Titan. "Mai, are you okay?" Elena called out. "I'm fine," Mai answered. "This old girl is tougher than she looks." The battle raged on. The aliens were strong, but the humans were surprising them. "We're winning," Jack yelled excitedly. But then, something changed. A massive ship appeared from nowhere. It was bigger than all the other alien ships combined. "What is that?" Raj asked, his voice filled with fear. The giant ship fired a huge beam. It hit Jack's Titan directly. "Jack!" everyone screamed. For a terrible moment, they thought Jack was gone. But then, his ship glowed bright blue. The crystal was protecting it. "I'm okay," Jack shouted. "And I'm mad." Jack's Titan shot forward. It fired a beam so powerful it cut the giant alien ship in half. The alien fleet panicked. They started to retreat. "We did it," May cheered. "We won." As the alien ships disappeared, the young pilots couldn't believe it. They had won their first battle. "Great job, everyone," Tom said proudly. "But this is just the beginning. The real war is about to start." As they flew back to Earth, the pilots felt different. They weren't just trainees anymore. They were Earth's defenders. On Earth, people cheered as they heard the news. Humanity had won its first battle against the aliens. But in space, the retreating alien ships sent a message to their home world. Earth wasn't the easy target they thought it would be. The real war was indeed just beginning. A shocking discovery. The Titan ships docked at the space station. The young pilots were tired but happy. They had won their first battle. "Great job, everyone," Tom said as they gathered in the meeting room. "But we need to understand why the aliens are attacking us." Dr. Carter, the old scientist, walked in. He looked worried. "I think I know why," he said. "And it's about Lily." Everyone went quiet. They all remembered the little girl whose death started this war. Dr. Carter turned on a big screen. It showed Lily's last video message. But this time, it was different. "Watch closely," he said. They saw Lily scared, talking to Earth. But then, for a split second, her eyes glowed blue. "What was that?" Elena asked, shocked. "That," Dr. Carter said, "is why the aliens killed her." He explained, Lily wasn't just a normal girl. She had a special power. A power that scared the aliens. "But what power?" Raj asked. Dr. Carter looked at them all. "The power to control the Titans." Gasps filled the room. Tom stood up, looking angry. "Why didn't you tell us this before?" he demanded. "I didn't know," Dr. Carter said sadly. "We only found out when we studied the crystals in the Titans." He showed them more. The crystals in the Titans were like the glow in Lily's eyes. They were connected. Lily could have controlled all the Titans by herself, Dr. Carter said. She was more powerful than any weapon. The room was silent. Everyone was trying to understand this big news. "But why did the aliens know about this when we didn't?" May asked. Another scientist, Dr. Patel, stepped forward. "We think the aliens have been watching Earth for a long time. They saw Lily's power and got scared. So they killed her to stop her from using the Titans." Jack asked, his voice angry. Dr. Carter nodded. "Yes, but they made a mistake." He pressed a button. The screen showed pictures of children from all over the world. All of them had eyes that sometimes glowed blue. "There are more children like Lily," Dr. Carter said. "Not many, but enough." The aliens didn't know this. Everyone looked at each other. This changed everything. "So what do we do now?" Elena asked. Tom stood up. He looked determined. "We find these children. We protect them. And we use this knowledge to win the war." But Mai looked worried. "Won't this put the children in danger? The aliens might try to kill them too." Dr. Carter nodded. "That's why we need to keep this a secret. Only the people in this room can know." Jack punched the table. "We'll protect them. We won't let what happened to Lily happen again." Everyone agreed. They had a new mission now. Not just to fight the aliens, but to save these special children. As they left the room, Elena stayed behind. She looked at Lily's picture on the screen. "We'll make this right, Lily," she whispered. "I promise." The war had taken a new turn. The shocking discovery about Lily and the other children had changed everything. Now the fate of Earth depended not just on the Titans, but on a group of special kids who didn't even know their own power. The real challenge was just beginning. The great space chase. Alarms blared through the Titan ships. The pilots rushed to their stations. Alien ships spotted near Mars. Tom's voice came through the comms. "They're after something. Chase them down." The Titans roared to life. Earth grew small behind them as they shot towards Mars. "I see them," shouted Raj. A group of alien ships was flying fast, carrying something big. "What are they taking?" asked Mai. Elena zoomed in with her ship's cameras. "It looks like a piece of the Mars base." "They must be after the Titan technology," Tom said. "We can't let them have it. Stop them at all costs." The chase was on. The alien ships were fast, but the Titans were powerful. "They're heading for the asteroid belt," Jack warned. "It's going to get tricky." Huge rocks floated everywhere. The aliens weaved between them, trying to lose the Titans. "Watch out," yelled May as a massive asteroid appeared in front of her. She closed her eyes, feeling her ship. The Titan responded, spinning around the asteroid at the last second. "Nice move, May," cheered Raj. The chase continued. Past Mars, through the asteroid belt, the ships flew faster than ever before. Suddenly, the aliens split up. "They're trying to confuse us," Elena realized. "Split up too," ordered Tom. "But be careful. They might be leading us into a trap." The Titans separated, each chasing a different alien ship. The real one with the stolen technology could be any of them. Jack followed his target towards Jupiter. The giant planet's storms made flying dangerous. "I've almost got them," he said, getting closer. But then, from behind Jupiter's biggest moon, a huge alien ship appeared. "It's a trap," Jack yelled, quickly turning his Titan around. All around the solar system, the other pilots found similar traps waiting for them. "Fall back," Tom commanded. "Regroup at Saturn's rings." The Titans flew towards Saturn, dodging attacks from all sides. The chase had turned into a battle. As they reached Saturn, Elena had an idea. "The rings. We can use them for cover." The Titans dove into Saturn's rings. Ice and rocks pinged off their ships, but the aliens had a hard time seeing them. "Now what?" asked Raj. "We've lost them, but they still have the stolen tech." Elena thought hard. Then she remembered something from their training. The crystals. They're connected to the Titan technology. Maybe we can sense where the stolen piece is. "It's worth a try," said Tom. "Everyone, focus on your crystals. Try to feel where the missing piece is." The pilots closed their eyes, connecting deeply with their ships. At first, nothing happened. Then May gasped. "I feel it. It's near Uranus." "Are you sure?" asked Tom. "Positive," Mag replied confidently. "Then let's go," Jack shouted. The Titans burst out of Saturn's rings, surprising the alien ships. They raced towards Uranus, faster than ever. As they approached the icy blue planet, they saw a single alien ship trying to slip away. "That's the one," May called out. Working together, the Titans surrounded the alien ship. It tried to escape, but it was no match for 5 Titans. "Surrender now," Tom's voice boomed across space. For a moment, nothing happened. Then the alien ship powered down. They had won. As they recovered the stolen technology, the pilots couldn't believe what they had just done. They had chased aliens across the whole solar system and won. "Great job, everyone," Tom said proudly. "Let's go home." As they flew back to Earth, towing the captured alien ship, the pilots felt like real heroes. They had protected Earth's secrets and shown the aliens that humans were a force to be reckoned with. But they all knew this amazing chase was just one part of the bigger war. More challenges were waiting for them back on Earth. The greatest test was yet to come. The final showdown. The day had come. Earth's final stand against the alien invasion. The Titan ships hovered near Jupiter, waiting. "This is it," Tom's voice crackled over the comms. "The aliens' main fleet is coming. Remember your training. Remember why we fight." Elena looked at Lily's picture on her dashboard. For Earth. For Lily. Suddenly, space lit up. Thousands of alien ships appeared, more than they had ever seen before. "Oh my God," whispered May. "Stay focused," Jack said, his voice steady. "We can do this." The aliens attacked first, the sky filled with their strange purple beams. "Evasive maneuvers," shouted Raj. The Titans moved like dancers, dodging the attacks. They fired back, their ancient weapons blazing. But there were too many alien ships. For every one they destroyed, 10 more appeared. "We're outnumbered," May cried as her ship took a hit. "Keep fighting," Elena yelled. But even she felt hopeless. Then, Tom's excited voice came through. "The special children. We found them. They're ready to help." On Earth, in a secret base, a group of children with glowing blue eyes sat in special chairs. They looked scared but determined. "Remember what we practiced," Dr. Carter told them gently. "Focus on the Titans. Feel their power." The children closed their eyes. In space, the Titan ships suddenly glowed bright blue. "What's happening?" Jack asked, amazed. Elena felt a warmth in her chest. "It's Lily," she whispered. "And the others. They're with us." With the children's power, the Titans moved faster than ever. Their weapons hit harder. Their shields grew stronger. The tide of the battle began to turn. Alien ships exploded left and right. But the alien leader had one last trick. A massive ship, bigger than a planet, appeared. "It's a world killer," Tom said, his voice shaking. "It can destroy entire planets." The world killer aimed at Earth. A giant beam started to charge. "We have to stop it," Raj shouted. All 5 Titans flew towards the world killer. Alien ships tried to stop them, but nothing could slow them down. On Earth, the children focused harder. Sweat rolled down their faces. The Titans reached the world killer. They fired everything they had, but it wasn't enough. "We need more power," Jack yelled. Elena closed her eyes. She thought of Earth, of Lily, of all they were fighting for. "Everyone, connect with your ships. Give it everything." The pilots became one with their Titans. The children on Earth pushed their powers to the limit. A blinding light filled space. The Titans combined their beams into one massive attack. It hit the world killer just as it was about to fire. For a moment, nothing happened. Then, with a silent explosion, the world killer split in half. Cheers erupted from Earth. The alien fleet, seeing their ultimate weapon destroyed, began to retreat. "We did it," Mai said softly, tears in her eyes. "We actually did it." As the aliens fled, the Titans flew back to Earth. They were damaged but victorious. Landing on Earth, the pilots were met with crowds of cheering people. The special children ran to hug them. "Thank you," Elena told a little girl who looked just like Lily. "You saved us all." Tom approached the pilots, smiling proudly. "You've done the impossible. You've saved Earth." But their happiness was interrupted by an urgent message. The alien leader wanted to talk. On a big screen, the alien appeared. It looked different from what they expected, almost sad. "We were wrong about humans," it said in a strange voice. "We thought you were dangerous because of the special ones. But now we see your true power is in your unity, your spirit. We offer peace." The room was silent. Then Elena stepped forward. "We accept on one condition. You must promise to never harm innocent beings again on any world." The alien was quiet for a moment, then nodded. "Agreed. We have much to learn from humans." As the screen went dark, cheers filled the room again. The war was over. Earth had won, not just with weapons, but with heart. The pilots looked at each other, tired but happy. They had faced the greatest challenge in human history and emerged victorious. But they all knew this was just the beginning. Earth was now part of a larger galactic community. New adventures and challenges waited in the stars. As night fell, Elena looked up at the sky. Somewhere up there, Lily was smiling. Humanity had proven itself. The future was bright. and it was theirs to shape. A new galaxy. 5 years had passed since the Great Battle. Earth had changed in ways no one could have imagined. The sun was rising over New Houston, the first human city on Mars. Elena walked out of her home, looking at the red sky. She smiled, remembering how far they had come. "Morning, Captain," a young Martian boy said, saluting her as he passed. Elena laughed. "Good morning, Timmy. Ready for school?" Timmy nodded excitedly. "We're learning about the Titan War today." As Timmy ran off, Elena's comm beeped. It was Tom. "Meeting in 10 minutes. Big news." In the central dome of New Houston, Elena met her old friends. Jack, May, and Raj were already there, along with Tom and Dr. Carter. "What's going on?" Elena asked. Tom smiled. "We've been invited to join the Galactic Council." The room erupted in cheers. Joining the council meant Earth was now recognized as a major power in the galaxy. "There's more," Dr. Carter said. "The aliens we fought. They want to apologize in person. Their leaders are coming here." Everyone went quiet. Despite the peace, many humans still feared the aliens. "I think we should meet them," Elena said. "Show them how we've changed." The others agreed. It was time to fully embrace their new role in the galaxy. A week later, the alien ship landed on Mars. Humans watched nervously as the alien leaders stepped out. To everyone's surprise, they looked almost sad. The lead alien spoke, its voice translated by a machine. "We come to apologize," it said. "Our fear of your potential led us to terrible actions. We see now that we were wrong." Elena stepped forward. "We accept your apology. Our history is complicated, but our future doesn't have to be." The alien seemed relieved. "We bring a gift," it said. "Knowledge of faster-than-light travel, to help you explore the galaxy if you wish." Excitement rippled through the crowd. FTL travel had been a dream for so long. Over the next few days, humans and aliens shared knowledge and stories. Old fears began to fade as they learned about each other's cultures. One evening, Elena found Jack staring at the stars. "Thinking about exploring?" she asked. Jack nodded. "It's amazing, isn't it? A few years ago, we were just trying to survive. Now we're about to explore the galaxy." Elena smiled. "We've come a long way." "Do you ever think about Lily?" Jack asked softly. "Every day," Elena replied. "I think she'd be proud of us." Just then, Mag rushed up to them. "Guys, come quick." The special children. They sensed something. In the special children's school, a group of kids with glowing blue eyes were gathered around a strange device. "We felt something," a girl named Sarah said. "Out there." She pointed at the sky. Dr. Carter studied the device. "It's a signal," he said, amazed, "from deep space. And it's in English." Everyone looked at each other, shocked. "A message from deep space. In English. What does it say?" Raj asked. Dr. Carter read it aloud. "To the children of Earth, if you're reading this, you've taken your first steps into a larger world. We've been waiting. It's time to come home." The room was silent. Then Elena spoke, her voice full of wonder. I think this is just the beginning." As news of the message spread, excitement filled not just Mars, but Earth and all human colonies. The galaxy was calling, and humanity was ready to answer. The Titan pilots looked at each other, then at the stars. They had fought to save Earth. Now they would lead humanity to explore the wonders of the galaxy. As the sun set on Mars, turning the sky a deep red, Elena thought of Lily. Somewhere out there, new adventures were waiting. New challenges, new friends, and maybe, just maybe, answers to questions they hadn't even thought to ask yet. The war had brought humanity together. Peace had made them stronger. And now, the entire galaxy was open to them. As she looked at her friends, at the aliens who were once enemies, and at the stars above, Elena felt a sense of limitless possibility. Well, she said with a smile, shall we see what's out there? And with that, humanity took its first steps into a new era. The galaxy awaited, full of mysteries, wonders, and the promise of a future brighter than they had ever dreamed.